Morning viewers, this is Kasturi Day. Today I am going to continue with the question answers of this atomic structure and chemical bonding. So before that I will request you to please to subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed yet, and if you are a new viewer to my channel, please do subscribe and ring the notification bell so that as soon as a new video is uploaded it will notify you. Okay, and if you are liking the video, press the like button, share with your friends so that they can also be benefited from these videos, and also do meditate before starting your day. Okay, so for meditation, let us concentrate for 1 minute. Think of a point of light. Okay, and think that the light is coming on you. It is giving you energy. It is making you happy, and you are becoming so enthusiastic in doing whatever you are doing, and you're feeling happy and becoming successful. You're being blessed by God, and you are getting very much happy and continuing the day's work. Okay, so let us stop here with the meditation and let us start with the question answers for the day. Okay, so first question of the day is: draw the orbital diagram of 4020 calcium 2 plus ion and state the number of 3 fundamental particles present in it. Okay, so number of 3 fundamental particles of calcium 2 plus ion as proton. It should be proton of calcium is 20, not 18. Okay, because the atomic number is 20, so protons in it will be 20, and atomic calcium has 20 electrons, but as it has become ionic calcium, that is calcium 2 plus ion, that means it has lost 2 electrons, so electrons will be 18, and number of neutrons will be 40 minus 20, because 40 is the mass number and 20 will be the atomic number. 20 as it is the atomic number, so 40 minus 20, that means it will be 20 neutrons will be 20. Okay, so the diagram will be like this. See, 2, 8 and 2. Okay, 2, 8 and 8, sorry, 2, 8 and 8, that means that is 18, so electrons will be 18 in 2 plus calcium 2 plus ion. Now write down the electronic configuration of the following: X 2713 and Y 3517. Write down the number of electrons in X and neutrons in Y. So 2713 atomic number, that is Z, will be equal to 13. That is the number of electrons present in the element X. Okay. Now electronic configuration will be 2, 8 and 3, and 3517Y atomic number Z will be 17 electronic number, that is number of electrons, and electronic configuration will be 2, 8 and 7. So number of electrons of X will be 13, and number of neutrons of Y will be mass number of Y, that is A, is 35, and atomic number of Y, that is Z, is 17. So number of neutrons will be 35 minus 17, that is 18. Now next question: how does the modern atomic theory contradict and correlate with the Dalton's atomic theory? The latest research on the atom has proved that most of the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory contradict with the modern atomic theory, okay? But Dalton was right that atoms take part in the chemical reaction. Comparisons of Dalton's atomic theory with the modern atomic theory are this. That is, Dalton said that atoms are indivisible, but modern atomic theory says that atoms are divisible and they are consisting of electrons, protons, neutrons, and even more subatomic particles. Subparticles are also present, more subparticles are also present in the atom. This is a contradiction. Then another thing is atoms of the same element are similar in all respect. This is given by Dalton, but modern atomic theory says that atoms of the same element may differ. Okay, they may differ. Okay, and from one another. Then he says that atoms of different elements are different, but according to modern theory, atoms of different elements may be similar, and those type of atoms are called isobars. Okay. Then atoms combine in simple whole number ratio to form molecules, but according to modern theory, it is said that atoms are different elements. Atoms combine in a ratio which is not a simple whole number ratio. Example, the sugar, in which the carbon is 12, H22 and O11 ratio is not a whole number ratio. Okay. So these are the contradictions between Dalton atomic theory and modern atomic theory. Then what are inert elements and why do they exist as monoatoms in molecules, and what are the valence electrons? So what are inert elements? Those elements are known as inert elements whose outermost orbit is completely filled. That is, they do not take electrons or neither they give away electrons. So the outermost orbit, that is the valence shell, is complete. Okay, so there is no transfer of electrons or no sharing of electrons in the outermost orbit, and those type of elements are known as inert elements. And as they do not share or transfer or any electrons, therefore they cannot combine with another atom. That's why they are single atoms. Okay, they are monoatomic in the molecules. So when they do not combine with another atom to form the molecule, so they need to be single atom. That's why they are single atomic. Okay, and what are valence electrons? The electrons which are present in the outermost orbit, because the outermost orbits are known as valence shell, and the electrons which are present in the valence shell, they are known as valence electrons. Now, in what respect do the three isotopes of hydrogen differ? Give their structures. The three isotopes of hydrogen differ in the mass numbers, which are 1, 2 and 3 respectively, known as protium, deuterium and tritium. So protium has 1 proton and 1 electron. Deuterium has 1 proton, 1 neutron and 1 electron. Tritium has 1 proton, 2 neutrons and 1 electron. Okay, so what happens? So protium will be 1, that is mass number 1 and atomic number 1. Deuterium mass number 2, atomic number 1. Tritium mass number 3 and atomic number 1. Okay. Now match the atomic numbers 4, 14, 8, 15 and 19 with each of the following: a solid non-metal of valency 3, a gas of valency 2, a metal of valency 1 and a non-metal of valency 4. Okay, so a solid non-metal of valency 3 is 15. Why it is so? Because it's the 15. If we take the electronic configuration of the atomic number 15, we will get that 2, 8, that is 10 and 5. So valence electron will contain 5 electrons. Okay, and if the valence electron contains 5 electrons, that means it will require 3 more electrons to complete its octet. Okay, and so it is gaining electrons, and when an atom gains electron, then it is a non-metal. Okay, so the first matches with 15. Okay, first condition matches with 15. Second is a gas of valency 2. Okay, gas of valency 2 will match with 8, atomic number 8. Why? Because 8 means the electronic configuration, atomic number 8 means electronic configuration will be 2 and 6. Okay, so that means it requires 2 more electrons to complete its octet. Okay, the 6 is the 6 electrons will be present in the valence shell, and so it requires 2 electrons to complete its octet. That means it is gaining electrons, and again this is a non-metal, so it can be gas also. And as it is getting 2 electrons, therefore its valency is 2, and then first case as it is getting 3 electrons, so its valency is 3. Then a metal of valency 1. Now it is matching with 19. Why? Because the electronic configuration, if we see, we will see that it is 2, 8, that is 2 and 8 is 10, and again it will be 8 and 1. Okay, so 19, 2, 8, 8, 1. Okay, so the last valence shell will contain 1 electron, which will be donated to the other atom to complete its octet. So as it is giving away the electron, so it's a metal, and as it is giving only 1 electron, therefore its valency is 1. Then a non-metal of valency 4, that is matching with 14 atomic number. Why? Because it's atomic. If we make the electronic configuration, if we note down the electronic configuration, we will see it will be 2, 8 and 4. So the valence shell will contain 4 electrons, and therefore its valency is 4, and as it is, it will have to gain 4 electrons to complete its octet, therefore it's a non-metal. Okay. Now, what is the significance of the number of protons found in the atoms of different element? The number of protons in the nucleus of an atom, why? What is the importance of that? Because it determines the element type of the atom. Okay, what type of element it is? That is denoted by the number of proton, whether it is a gas or a solid or a liquid. Okay. And whether it's a metal or a non-metal. So that is denoted by the number of protons present. And elements are arranged on the basis of number of protons in the respective atoms. Okay. Then elements X, Y and Z have atomic number 6, 9 and 12 respectively. Which one forms an anion, forms a cation, has 4 electrons in its valence shell. Now, atomic numbers of X, Y and Z, X contains 6 atomic number, Y 9, Z is 12. So, electronic configurations in atomic number 6, it will be 2 and 4, 9, 2 and 7, 12, 2, 8 and 2. Now, see Y, as it has 2 and 7, so it will gain how many electrons? 1 electron, forming an anion. As it is gaining electron, so it will form an anion. Okay. Then 2, 8, 2 is Z. Okay. Z is forming a cation because it is giving away 2 electrons. It has 2 electrons extra which it will give away to form the octet, and therefore it is a cation. Okay. Then X has 2 and 4 electrons, electronic configuration, that is 2 and 4 has 4 electrons in its valence shell. Okay. So this question is solved. Now next question is, element X has electronic configuration of 2, 8, 18, 8 and 1. Without identifying X, predict the sign and the charge on a simple ion of X. Write if X will be an oxidizing agent or a reducing agent and why. Okay, so X plus, it will be X plus, because see, its electronic configuration is 2, 8, 18, 8 and 1. So one electron is present on its valence shell. It will give away that electron to form its octet, and when forming an octet, as it is giving out 1 electron, so it will form a cation, and there will be the charge will be, that is positive charge will be only 1, as it is giving away only 1 electron. Okay, so X plus will be the charge and the sign. Okay. Then write if X will be an oxidizing agent or a reducing agent and why. X will be a strong reducing agent, as it will have the tendency to donate its valence electron. As it has a tendency to donate its electron, so valence electron, so it will be a strong reducing agent, okay, and it will oxidize the substance with which it is combining. Now from the symbol helium 4-2 for the element helium, write down the mass number and the atomic number of the element. Mass number of the element is 4 and atomic number of helium is 2. Okay, now 5 atoms are labeled as A to E. Atoms A, B, C, D, E. The mass number A is 40, atomic number 20, B 19, atomic number 9, C 7, atomic number 3, D 16, atomic number 8, E 14, atomic number 7. Okay, so which one of these atoms contains 7 protons, has electronic configuration of 2 and 7? Write down the formula of the compound formed between C and D. Predict metals and non-metals. Okay, so atom E contains 7 protons because see, E means it has atomic number 7. That means atomic number 7 means either it has number of protons is 7 or number of electrons is 7. So that is it has 7 protons. Okay, so first answer is atom E. Okay, then second is it has electronic configuration of 2 and 7. That will be atom B, because 9 is the atomic number, so electronic configuration will be 2 and 7. Okay, then the third question, the compound which is formed between C and D. So C has an atomic number of 3. That means its electronic configuration will be 2 and 1. So 1, it will give away that 1 electron to form the duplet. Okay, and D has an atomic number of 8. That means it has a electronic configuration of what? It will be this one. Electronic configuration will be 2 and 6. Okay, so what will this happen, that it will gain 2 electrons to form the octet. D will gain 2 electrons. So what happens? Here there is a sharing of electrons. If we consider C as lithium and D as oxygen, then we will see that 2 lithium atoms are required with 1 oxygen. The sharing of electrons happens and the compound is formed as L2O or Li2O, or you can say C2D according to this question, as C and D is considered. So we will say C2D. Okay. Now this last question, that is the predict one metal and non-metal. So metal will be metal A and C. So metals will be A and C because they are donating electrons, and non-metals will be B, D and E because they are gaining electrons. Okay. Now next question is magnesium 2412 and magnesium 2612 are the symbols, the 2 isotopes of magnesium. Compare the atoms of these isotopes with respect to the composition of the nuclei, their electronic configuration. Give reasons why the 2 isotopes of magnesium have different mass numbers. So from the picture you can see that magnesium 24 has atomic number of 12 and magnesium 26 also having the atomic number 12. So as their atomic number same, therefore electronic configuration will be same, as the number of electrons and number of protons are same. Only there is a difference of number of neutrons, that is 24 minus 12 will become 12 in first case, and in the second case the 26 minus 12, that will be 14. So in first case the number of neutrons is 12 and in second case the number of neutrons will be 14. Okay, so this indicates that magnesium first case it will be 12 plus 12 neutrons will be 24, and this magnesium 26 will have 26 as nucleon, 26 nucleons. So electronic configuration in both the cases will be 2, 8 and 2, and the mass numbers of the two isotopes are different because of the different number of neutrons. Okay, now what are nucleons and how many nucleons are present in phosphorus? Draw its structure. Now nucleons are the particles which constitute the nucleus, that is protons plus neutrons. Okay, so phosphorus has an atomic number of 15 and mass number of 31. Now number of protons, as its atomic number is 15, so number of protons will be 15 as mass number is 31. So for 31 minus 15 will give us the number of neutrons, that is 16. So the protons plus neutrons, that is 15 plus 16 will give 31. The 31 will be the number of nucleons. The atomic structure of phosphorus is like this, this one, 2, 8 and then 5 is the electronic configuration of phosphorus. Okay. Now what are isotopes? With reference to which fundamental particle do isotopes differ? Give the two uses of isotopes. So isotopes are the elements having the same atomic number but different mass numbers. Isotopes differ concerning neutrons. Okay, so two uses of isotopes are, some isotopes are radioactive, like cobalt isotope, and they are used to treat cancer. Okay, and uranium 235 uranium is used as a fuel in the nuclear reactor. Okay, and so next question is, why do 35 chlorine and 37 chlorine have the same chemical properties? In what respect do these atoms differ? See, 35 chlorine and 37 chlorine, they have the same chemical properties because their atomic number is same. Therefore, the electronic configurations will also be same. As their electronic configurations are same, therefore the chemical properties are same, because the chemical properties depend on the electronic configuration of an atom. So when the atomic numbers are same, electronic configurations are same, therefore the chemical properties will be same. But these two isotopes differ because they have different number of neutrons. Okay, and that's why their physical contents and weights, they differ, because the weight, the mass of the atom is contributed by the number of neutrons. So that's why as the number of neutrons in the second case increases, therefore the mass of the weight of the chlorine atom of 37 chlorine atom will be more than of 35 chlorine atom. Okay, then explain fractional atomic mass. What is the fractional mass of chlorine? Now, fractional atomic mass is the weighted average of all the naturally occurring isotopes of that element. Okay, so fractional mass of chlorine is 35.5. The weighted average of all the naturally occurring isotopes of any element, of one element is considered. So we consider all the isotopes of that element and we take the weighted average of all the isotopes, and that will give us the fractional atomic mass. In case of chlorine, it is 35.5. Now name the following the element which does not contain any neutron in its nucleus, that's hydrogen. An element having valency 0, that's argon, because it's an inert gas. Okay, so it will not combine with any other atom. It's because its outer valence shell is complete. Now metal with valency 2, it's magnesium, because it will donate its electrons. It's a metal, so it will donate 2 electrons and therefore it will have a valency of 2. Now the two atoms which have the same atomic number, same number of protons and electrons but different number of neutrons. Okay, so hydrogen and carbon, they have same number of protons and electrons but they're different neutrons. Okay. Now the shell which is closest to the nucleus of an atom, that is the K shell, or you can say the first shell, Roman number first shell. Give reasons. Physical properties of isotopes are different because their physical properties differ, which depend on the atomic mass, and as the isotopes have different atomic masses, therefore the physical properties differ. and the atomic mass depends on number of neutrons. As the number of neutrons differ, the atomic masses will differ, and therefore as the physical properties depend on the atomic masses, therefore their physical properties will also differ. Okay, then argon does not react. Why? Because argon has its outermost orbit complete. It will not gain or lose any electrons to form the octet, because the octet is already formed. That's why it will not react. Okay, that's why they are known as inert. Then actual atomic mass is greater than the mass number. Actual atomic mass is greater than the mass number because the mass number is a whole number. Mass number is a whole number, approximately atomic mass unit, AMU we call it. In fact, the neutrons are slightly heavier than the protons, and an atom has over 200 subatomic particles. One atom has 200 subatomic particles, and neutron is slightly heavier than the protons. Generally, it is a fact that neutron is slightly heavier than the protons. Okay, and this atomic mass is actually, that's why the actual atomic mass is more than the mass number. Okay, because mass number, we say that it's number of protons plus number of neutrons. So the actual mass is the mass of the nucleus. So that is much heavier because the neutron mass is heavier, okay, than the proton. Then 35 chlorine and 37 chlorine do not differ in their chemical properties because their electronic configuration is same, because their atomic number is same, because though both of them having 17 as the atomic number, so number of electrons and number of protons are the same, and therefore the electronic configuration is same, and therefore as the chemical properties that depend on the the electronic configuration, therefore their chemical properties will be same, and therefore the isotopes of chlorine are the same in the chemical reactions. Then an atomic number 7, mass number 14. B has an electronic configuration of 2, 8 and 8. C electrons 13 and neutrons 14. Then D protons 18, neutrons 22. E electronic configuration 2, 8, 8 and 1. So valency of each element, A atomic number 7, that means number of electrons will be 2 and 5. So valency will be of A will be 8 minus 5, that will be equal to 3. Okay, so because it need to complete the octet 3 electrons, so that's why the valency will be 3. Okay, then element B electronic configuration 288, the valency will be 0 because its octet is already complete. Then element C has 13 electrons, so electronic configuration will be 2, 8 and 3, so it will give away 3 electrons to form the octet, therefore its valency is 3. Then element D it has protons and 18, and electrons will be, electronic configuration will be 2, 8 and 8. Okay, so for its valency will be 0 because its octet is already complete. Then element E, its electronic configuration is 2, 8 and 8, 2, 8, 8, 1. Okay, so 2, 8, 8, 1 means it will donate 1 electron to complete its octet, so therefore its valency it will be 1. Okay, next question is which one is a metal? So as it is giving away electron, so it will be a metal. Then elements C and E are metals because they are giving away the electrons. Then A is a non-metal. Why? Because it is gaining electrons. Okay, it will gain 3 electrons to complete its octet, so therefore element A is a non-metal. Then inert gases are B and D. It's not A, C and E, but B and E are inert gases. B and D are inert gases. So A, C, E are not inert. Okay, A, C, E are not inert gases. Which is an inert gas? Then B and D are inert gases. Okay, because its octet is already been complete. Now choose the correct option. Rutherford alpha particle scattering experiment led to the discovery of atomic nucleus. Number of valence electron in oxygen 2 minus, that means it has gained 2 electrons. So the its outermost orbit will have 8 electrons. Okay, so B is the answer. Okay, valence electron will be 8. Then which of the following is correct electronic configuration of potassium? Potassium will be C2, 8, 8 and 1. The mass number of an atom whose unipositive ion has 10 electrons and 12 neutrons, it will be A. Okay, that is 10 plus 12. 10 plus 12 will be 22. So unipositive. Okay, so therefore it will be 20. A will be the answer. Then number of electrons is unipositive ion is 10 and the number of electrons in the neutral atom is 11. Okay, neutral atom it is 11, but in unipositive ion it's 10. So number of protons will also be 11. So number of neutrons is 12. So 11 plus 12 will be 23. Okay. That's why it's 23. That's why it's A. Now, how do atoms attain noble gas configuration? Atoms attain the noble gas configuration either by obtaining or donating or sharing of electrons which are present in the outermost shell. Now, define electrovalent bond, the bond that is formed between atoms by transfer of electrons, either by gaining or by donating. That is, if it gains, it will be a negative ion. If it donates, then it's a positive ion, and that is an electrovalent bond or ionic bond. The elements are classified as metals, non-metals, metalloids and inert gases. Which among them are electrovalent bonds? Metals and non-metals combining. That is an electrovalent, because metals will donate electrons and non-metals will gain electrons, and therefore there will be an electrovalent bond between them. Then an atom X has 3 electrons more than the noble gas configuration. Which type of ion will it form? Write the formula of its X: sulfate, nitrate, phosphate, carbonate and hydroxide. It will form X 3 plus. Cation will be X 3 plus. Okay, 3 electrons more than the noble gas configuration. Okay, so it will donate those 3 electrons to form the noble gas configuration. So therefore it will be 3 plus. Okay, so formula with sulfate will be X2SO4 whole thrice, because sulfate has a valency of 2 and X has a valency of 3. So X2SO4 whole thrice. Nitrate, it will be XNO3 whole thrice. Then XPO4, because PO4 has a valency of 3. Then X2CO3 whole thrice will be carbonate, and hydroxide XOH whole thrice. Okay, mention the basic tendency of an atom which causes it to combine with other atoms. Okay, every atom tends to attain stability by attaining the noble gas configuration by forming chemical bonds with other atoms to share their electrons. The basic tendency of an atom is called its valency, or simply its combining power. It allows the atom to follow the duplet or the octet rule. So the basic tendency of an atom to cause it to combine with other atoms. Each atom, every atom, they tend to attain the stability by attaining the noble gas configuration. Okay, so it forms an octet or it forms a duplet by doing so. So let us stop here. I'll continue with the rest of the question answers in my next video. Please do concentrate on this chapter. It's a very important chapter, and if you have any doubt, please do write in the comment box. Do share with your friends so that they can also be benefited from these videos, and do subscribe if you have not subscribed yet, and also do meditate before starting your day. Okay, so let us stop here.